Hello and welcome to Prescott Real Estate with me, Peter Fife, your favorite realtor. And it's the favorite time of the month. And this is a special one because this is our half-year market summary. What's going on in the Prescott market? It's market stats time and Peter's prophecies. Hello, welcome to Prescott Real Estate with me, Peter Fife, your favorite realtor here in Prescott, Arizona. I'm here to tell you what's happened in June of this year. And we're going to kind of do a 6-month summary. And stay tuned till the end to see Peter's profound prophecies, which might be totally garbage. But we'll see. We'll see if they come out true. You can look at it later. Today is July the 8th. The reason why I'm saying that is because that might make a difference of what comes about 2-3 weeks from now. So I'm going to tell you about today, what's happening today, and what happened in the past. So let's dig into it right now. Okay, as of June 2026, our active inventory sits at $1582, which is down from $1799 last year. Remember last year we were talking about tariff wars, stock market down, interest rates up, and we were kind of down in some sales, and we had too much inventory, not enough buyers, and the prices kind of collapsed. But we're down 12.1% compared to last year. We like that number. That is good. New listings. We are 2.4% decrease year over year from new listings, which is a good trend because by June of last year, the new listings started to slow down. They really hit hard April and May. Because remember, last year in 2025, I told you we were up 60% in 60 days. They started to slow down in the June time. We're equaling it. We're keeping up on pace, which is good. Now let's look at days on the market. Median days on the market increased by 21.2%. Now you might go, the sky is falling, median days on the market's gone up. That's actually a semi-good thing because it means days on the market, the median days on the market is affected by a bunch of new listings. What that is telling us is, here's what I'm seeing right now. All the new listings that are priced right, boom, are gone. If you're not priced right, you will sit and sit and sit and sit. So of the new listings we're getting, those are moving. The ones that have been there for a long time are still sitting there because they're not priced right. Okay. So that's not a panic button. That's like, okay, good to know. I'm in the know because I'm listening to Peter Fife and he's telling me what I really need to pay attention to. Now, showings per listing. Showings per listings increased by 3.3%. There was 3.1 versus 3 last year. Mediocre. We're okay. An increase is always good. 3 per listing is not fabulous, but it's also not anemic. Okay. Now, pending home sales, drum roll, please. Our favorite part is pending home sales. Pending home sales give us a picture of what the next month's going to bring us. We're up 21.2% compared to last year. That's really good considering our inventory is down by 12%, excuse me, and we're at 21.2% ahead of last year. We're at 418 versus 345 last year. 418 is a good number. We'll see where it actually falls out as far as what the sales will be. Probably in July, somewhere going to fall in the 390 range. We'll talk about that toward the end, so you got to hang tight as I tell you kind of a market summary the last 6 months, the direction our market's going. So make sure you hang in there. I know this is exciting, and this is like your favorite time of the day. So I know you'll stick to the end of me, right? Okay, now, closed sales. Closed sales were up 17.1%. 356 in June versus 304 the year before, okay? That's pretty good, pretty solid. I'll talk to you more about that towards the end of where we've been low and high. It's in the upper range of where we need to be and honestly about norm for this time of year going back the last 3 years. Price per square foot. Decreased 3% to 296, 287 per foot from 296 last year. That has more to do with bigger houses are selling versus smaller houses are selling. We're going to dig into that after we get done with the summary report that comes from the PAR, Prescott Arizona Association of Realtors. Sorry, that's one of the acronyms that I know that I'm speaking a different language. I'll dig into that later. Month supply of inventory is 4.7%, 4.7 months, 23% decrease from 6.1 months last year. That means if you took all the listings and all the sales and you divided all the sales and all the listings, it means if we had no more listings and it had the exact same amount of sales per month, we'd sell everything in 4.7 months. Okay, that's tipping towards a seller's market. It's pretty much a balanced market, but it depends. As long as you price it right, you'll do well. Median home sales price was a decrease by 4.1%. Last year was 482.5. This year is 463.9. 463,395, excuse me. You can see that in the background. Don't pay attention to what I say. Pay attention to what it looks like. Okay. My point is the decrease in the median home sales price has more to do with the slowdown we had last year. We're still having a little recovery from that. We were still at a peak. It hadn't gone down yet. You're going to see that flip come probably August and September of this year. You'll see that median home sales price go up and you'll think, oh, the world's good again. No, it's just last year was not that good. So you've got to take it all in perspective. Now, here's what I want to dig into that will answer some of our other questions that I had before. I'm breaking it down according to what sold and what price range, okay? Because that tells us a lot about the market. And I'm going to give some more comment on it. So under 500,000, May was 197 that sold, June was 182. A lot of it could do with how much is on the market. Now, I can say under 500,000, there's still a lot of competition out there. That probably went down because interest rates went up a little bit. They've now come down a little bit, but they're on their way back up again. You never know. That market is highly tied to the interest rates because that's your entry-level home market. Those that are buying a second home, a little more penny conscious. Okay, the 500,000 to 800,000 range, 104 in May, 104 in June of those sales that we had. That's solid. Nothing wrong with it. 800 to a million, 31 versus 30. Again, solid. No big changes. The big change came in the 1 million plus market. And this is where that price per square foot I was talking about kind of went down. Your 1 million pluses are usually pretty big houses. And so your price per square foot cost is cheaper the bigger you go. So you're talking 45, 6,000 square foot houses that are over $1 million. There was 25 sales in May and 39 sales over $1 million in June. That is huge. If we went back like 4 or 5 years ago, pre-COVID, of course prices were lower then, but still you'd only look at maybe 10 to 12 a month if you're lucky. So 39 in a month is tremendous. So the upper market is doing well. I've seen this multiple times over 30 years. When the market begins to slow, that upper range still hangs on for quite some time because they just don't feel the pinch. They actually do very well because they're playing the markets really well. Now, here is where Peter's prophecies come into play. No pun intended with the P's. Okay, here we go. So, first of all, let's take a look at a 6-month average or a year average. You can see the chart behind me of sales over the last year. The low was in January of this year at 254. The high was in September of last year at 407. Now, June was not too shabby. You know what I mean? We're hanging in there on that high threes. But if you notice, that's where it usually, between 350 and 400 is considered a normal range in the peak season. We're usually in the high twos. The low twos was on the low side for January of last year. But we're hanging in there. Nothing too exciting, flipping either direction. Okay? Now, what tells us where the direction goes, this is really important. I want you to look at the average sold days on the market. If we look back at January, it sat at 94 days on the market for a house to sell. That's the days on the market to sell, right? As of June, it had dropped down to 31 days. So you're seeing that days on the market to sell going down. Two things are happening. Number one, you've seen the pendings go up every month. That's a good thing. And you're seeing that more agents are getting smarter about pricing their homes right. And so that average time on the market to sold is going down. Now, they were, excuse me, it wasn't 31, it was 67. That was a screw up on my part. It was 67, went from 94 to 67. What I meant by the 31 days is that's my average time on the market for house to sell. Twice as fast as the average realtor. Why? Because I know how to price the home right. Okay. Now let's look at the list price to sale price ratio. What that means, if I was to list a house at $100,000, Right now, it sits at 95.8, okay, as of June. That means you get $95,000, $800,000 for a $100,000 house, okay? Back in January was the low at 93.7%. So you're seeing that trend line go up. For perspective, when we were back in about the peak of COVID, which was roughly about August of 2021, we were looking at 104% list to price ratio, meaning 4 to 5% over asking. My average, by the way, of all my homes in the last year was 98.7% list to sales price ratio. That's a full 3% above the average. Oh, wait, that's like you're getting me for free in essence. Okay. And you get all my marketing, everything else. The marketing makes a difference. I sell the homes twice as fast and you get 3% more than the average with my listing specialty. Now, what's the prophecy? The trend lines are looking good. Days on the market going down. List price to sale price ratio going up. That's a real good indicator of buyer demand. Now, my theory is, and my hope is, that things will continue to go up. However, remember the rule of thumb. If stock markets go like this, our market goes like that. It stops. Today, on July the 8th, we just stopped the ceasefire with Iran. Stock market was down almost 800 points this morning. Oil prices going up again. If we have high inflation, if those interest rates go up, if the stock market goes down, all bets are off and we're going down. Okay. Now, if we can just keep it steady and not have everything in the world blow up, I think we're going to recover. I think we're going to continue to do well. We'll have our standard year, which is October to January. We usually slow down. Those are our 3 slowest months. But again, inventory drops, so we hold that steady. I don't see us losing value, barring if 3 weeks from now it all goes to pot in Iran and the stock market goes down. I can tell you it will go down. Happens every time. If interest rates go up, stock market goes down, world chaos happens, we always feel it here in Prescott. Now, if there's a huge earthquake in California, we'll probably do okay. Go up. Because whenever California gets really bad, it's like a sinking ship. The Californians, bail on the ship. When things aren't so crazy, I've had a lot of people moving back to California because it hasn't been totally nuts there yet. It is great weather. It does have great medical. And those grandbabies are sure a major, major pull to the people. So I've seen a lot of people in their mid-80s moving back to that California spot. But if the California ship starts sinking, we'll go up. So there's Peter Fife's prophecies on Prescott Real Estate today with Peter Fife. So make sure you like me. Make sure you subscribe so that you can be kept informed with all my new great listings that I get every week. And you can get updates on what's going on in the Prescott Real Estate Market, and I'll give you some nice tidbits along the way. So call me, 928-636-7000, and email me. Love to talk to you. I always do. And until next time, be blessed.